The steamer started on its run. Everything looked fine. The captain retired to his bunk to get some sleep. He was told that the hand at the wheel was to wake him when they got to Crab Island just outside Plattsburgh. About 11 o'clock or so, a passenger went below deck and found that the steamer was on fire in the kitchen area. He immediately roused everyone, went to the gentleman's cabin, got everyone up. There were 46 passengers and crew on board, everybody up on deck, many people still in their sleeping clothes. As everyone was getting out and getting onto the deck, it was quickly realized that the steamer was becoming engulfed very quickly. The fire had gotten out of control. One of the accounts tells us that in the panic, as the lifeboats were being launched, several of the crew members were in such a panic to get off and to get onto the lifeboats that the captain was forced to pull out his pair of pistols to keep order as people were being loaded onto the boats. The first lifeboat left full, and it took all of the women and some of the crew members off and was rowed out. The second lifeboat, as it was lowered into the water, in a near panic now, it left too soon, and it left 11 people on board as it was burning. Both lifeboats rowed away to the nearest island, which was Providence Island, leaving those 11 people on the burning steamer, including the captain, and he ordered everyone to find whatever they could that could float, and all 11 jumped into the lake. The two lifeboats rowed over to Providence Island, and then they dropped nearly all of the passengers off, and the crew members came back to look for any of these 11 folks that were left on board. And as they rowed around the burning hulk of the Phoenix, they were able to pick up 5 of the 11 people who had been cast into the lake, but sadly 6 people perished in the lake that night. Eventually the hulk, the burned out hulk, went ashore on Colchester Shoal. After it went ashore, the Lake Champlain Steamboat Company came in over the next months and they salvaged everything that they could that was of value. And the hulk of the Phoenix was just left behind. It became useless to the Lake Champlain Steamboat Company. That winter, the ice came in, froze up around the hulk, washed ashore. And in the spring, when the ice let out, it dragged the hulk further into the lake and set it down on Colchester Shoal on what is basically an underwater mountainside. The bow of the vessel stands 12 feet off the bottom, so it dwarfs a diver as you look at it. And the bow is in 60 feet of water. There's quite a bit of ambient light. You can see everything. There's quite a few fish around. And as you pass the bow and you descend down the wreck, you're again struck by the size. The timbers of this boat are a foot or more in their dimensions. A massively built boat. Obviously, everywhere you look on this boat, everything is burned. There are all the ends of the frames, and the timbers are just this charred black among the covered by the black water of Lake Champlain in that depth. There are many steamboat wrecks in the world. They're not an uncommon thing to find a steamboat wreck. But the Phoenix is first of all the world's oldest steamboat wreck, and it's right in our backyard. So it's from that very early genesis of steam technology, and from that inkling of steam technology, that very early age, that marks the industrial age. The society that is around us today has its genesis in that steamboat in that era.